All right, guys, gonna be hitting St. Andrews Park tomorrow and fishing for some Spanish mackerel, walking along the points and some rocks. So I thought I'd go ahead and share my jetty fishing setups and what I usually take to the jetty with me. Over the past couple years, I kind of fine-tuned it and got it down to where it's just basically everything I need, and I've got it to where it's easy to carry. So we'll start with, I'll just go over the rods first that I use. It's a super stout. It's a Mojo musky rod with a Lew's 300 Super Duty on it. This reel's got a ton of drag, and you can see this rod, it's a really stout, stiff rod. So it's good if you're running into any bull reds or big jack crevalles, anything like that. It's a really good setup. I've got 30-pound Beyond Braid on there, and I usually keep 30-pound leader on there. Unless there's some toothy critters around, then I may up it. The one I use the most is my Star rod here. It's just basically an inshore rod. It's a 6 foot with medium action, super fast tip. I've got a Penn Conflict on here, 4,000. Real nice, 15-pound braid. This is just kind of a do-it-all setup here. You can catch sheep's head, pompano, redfish. I've caught just about everything on it. And it's set up for tomorrow, so I got a glass minnow jig because we're gonna be going after Spanish, and it's got a 40-pound leader on it, just so stand up to their teeth. So when I go out to the jetties, it's really tough when you're climbing on the rocks to try and carry 2 rods and wear a backpack, because you really need one hand free to be able to grab and brace yourself. So what I've started doing is, a lot of people may laugh at this, but it's an expandable rod, and it comes out just like that. You line the eyelets up, and I've caught some decent fish on it. It's not a bad rod. I mean, you wouldn't want to use it every single day, but I mean, it's got decent action on the tip there. It's heavy enough to stand some big fish, and it's just convenient. So what I can do is I take this rod, let me shrink it back down. So just like that, that's all you got to do. Wind it up like that. And I've got my Ego backpack, the Ego Fishing Gear sent me, that I absolutely love. This is the best thing I've found to use at the jetty. I just take this right here. Got these clamps like that. I go through under the line. That way it can't slide out no matter what. And I got a spare rod now, and I don't have to carry it. So it's just an extra rod. You'd hate to get out to the end of the jetty and start fishing and break a rod tip or something and not have something else to replace it. Then you got to walk all the way back. And if you've walked on the jetties, you know that's not easy. So let's go over the backpack. I'll show you what's in here. First, it's really well made. It's got heavy padding on the back that I like. It's got heavy straps. It's got a chest strap. It's got places to add holders and clips and everything all over it. The pockets are pretty heavy duty. They've got these clasps like this. They're not like snaps. And I have had a lot of trouble in the past with snaps rusting. You don't ever have to worry about these rusting or going bad. They got ventilated pockets on the side, tons of storage. Same on this side. Up top is where I like to keep, if I'm bringing any live bait. I got a little Tupperware bin, holes punched in it. That fits perfectly right in the top. Keep some of my jetty lures in there. I'll go over that. Oh, another thing that I've started using at the jetty that I like a lot. It's a cheap little rod belt I got off Amazon. I mean, it may look a little dorky, but You just wear it just like this. And if you've ever been on the jetty and you're trying to handle a fish and you're trying to unhook it, you got your rod, you stick it in your armpit, and you got a lot of trouble trying to hold that fish and get the hook out. Well, this makes it so much easier. You just hold the fish, slide your rod in, right there. Now you got both hands free. So it just gives you somewhere to put your rod where you don't have to worry about it banging on the rocks, sliding off into the water, and just makes everything a lot simpler and easy. Plus, it holds my Ego fish grips right here. These are really nice too. They got a magnetic release so they're not bouncing around on the cord, but when you need to use them, you just pull it loose like that, and you just put it back on the magnet. Just like that, works great. So that's my rod belt. That's become something that I really need to use on every trip when I go to the jetties. And of course, I mean, you got plenty of room to hold all your leader material, soft plastics, everything you need. For the Spanish tomorrow, let's go over what's in my little Spanish box. All right, a subscriber sent me these. These are, I'm sure you guys have seen bubble rigs before, but Ferdinand sent these to me and I can't wait to use them. I believe they're filled with silicone. I'm not 100% sure, but that's kind of what it feels like. And he's already got it rigged up with mono and swivels. And so I'll just tie one end to the rod, and then the other end will go to a leader, which will enable me to throw little baits like these tiny glass diamond jigs. These are great for Spanish and bonita. So I wouldn't be able to throw this very far if it was just tied directly to my leader, but having the weight of that, plus it'll still float with the silicone, but it's a lot heavier than just a regular bubble with some water in it. So I think it's gonna work out great. I haven't used them yet, but I will definitely give you an update on how those work. Of course, the old Spanish standby, the Tsunami glass minnow jig, you can't go wrong with those. Little tip, sometimes you'll get a lot of short strikes, and when I'm getting short strikes like that, I'll just shorten the mylar and take it up a little bit. Then I got some other little flat jigs that I tied or poured myself and painted with some treble hooks. And of course, you can't go Spanish mackerel fishing without a gotcha. So some little homemade jigs and some small, tiny, soft plastics. I've also got some Fish Bites Fight Club in there with some jig heads and tackle box in here that I'll use. And it just all depends on what the Spanish are hitting, but usually they're gonna hit small and shiny. So that's the big thing, is getting something small and shiny out there. When I'm at jetty fishing for like sheep's head, I've got my sheep's head set up. It's got all of my frisky fins jigs, knocker jigs, swing jigs. I've also got for pompano jigs with the trailer hooks. So just a little setup for everything, but everything fits in the backpack. And then it's also got a strap, so if this isn't zipped all the way and you open it, your tackle boxes won't all fall out. So that's nice to have, because I forget. Pocket here, keep my fish grips in until I get there, then I'll put them in my pocket. But everything fits in the backpack, and I just need to bring one rod, and that's it. That leaves me really mobile to hop around on the jetty. Wherever I see the fish popping up, I can go hit them. So I hope this video helped you a little bit. It's always a work in progress, deciding what gear to take. I'm always finding new things, finding out things I'm doing wrong, got to change. But I think this is a pretty safe setup to cover everything that you could need at the jetties. So that's my jetty setup. I also use this like walking the beach inshore, walking around points and stuff to fish. It just works pretty much everywhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check back in the next couple days. Some big news for the channel. Really excited. It's going to be a little bit of a change, and I think it's going to be for the better. So I will see you guys on the next one. Tight lines, everybody. Bye.